Hey there, it's Pete with GCI Turf. I hope you're having a great day today. And I want to try to do something different, something a little bit new. I'm going to throw this out there and see how it works. I don't know what kind of response I'll get or what, but I'm going to try it. In the description, there's a form, a link to a form. And that form is for equipment manufacturers, okay? Whether it's handheld stuff like trimmers, weed eaters, blowers, whatever, ride-on equipment, big equipment, skid, anything up to a skid loader, tractor, whatever, anything's got a motor on it, or hand tools, it don't matter, that we would use in lawn care. And what my goal is there are young companies out there, or companies that have just started, that are having trouble deciding which way they want to go, what they want to buy, and I want to offer them some real world advice. You know, the websites and stuff everybody's got, they're really cool. It's got a big bullet list that does this, but me personally, I like seeing things work and function in a yard, and to give me a good idea of what it can do for me, and not just look at a website before I make a purchase. You know, this is an expensive machine. So I want to be the tester for these lawn care companies, to give them a visual and give them a lawn care applicator that does this stuff for a living. Been doing it 16 years now, and real world situation, a real world yard, and show it work, and give an honest, straightforward opinion. Equipment manufacturers, I don't want your money. I don't care nothing about your money. You don't have to pay me to do it. You just have to send me the equipment and give me permission, because I'm going to say what I want to say about it, whether it's good or bad, or whether I like it or don't like it, the ins and outs, the good, bad, and the ugly, the whole 9 yards. So I don't want any money involved in it. I simply want the opportunity. That's all I'm looking for. So if you're interested, go in the description, hit the form, fill it out. I've got some my own guidelines that we'll go by, because like I said, it's not going to be a bribery type thing or nothing like that, because that crap don't fly with me. So my company is in the market for a ride-on sprayer, and over the years I've had every single one of them that has ever been made, pretty much, except the new X Mark and the new Toro. I've never even stepped foot on one, so I don't know what they do. Permagreen, Z Spray, what's the other one? Ground Logic, the old Let's Go, the old school Let's Go one. There's a couple more, but we've had so many of them I can't remember them all. So what I want to do is, I got 2 machines coming. Matter of fact, I got them both. Here's one of them. This is a TurfWare TR360. Okay, I think they're relatively new to the market, and I've got another machine. I'm gonna make another dedicated video on that one, that I'm kind of testing out, demoing. Saw these guys at the GIE last year, liked the setup, called them this year, said, hey, I'm looking for a new machine, or we're looking to buy several new machines, and do you mind if I demo it? And so they had a gentleman come down from New York, a very pleasant guy, and we took it out in the field, let my lead technician run it, and I ran it. And then he happened to call me back and said, hey, let me drop this thing off with you for 2 days. You guys use it, and let's see what you think. So I just want to take his time to make a video on it, and tell you my first initial thoughts of it, and maybe it might help somebody decide if this is what you want or not. So what I'm going to do with it today is I'm going to put out some 818, and that's another thing, DIY folks, it's coming, the 818 XGRN. It's on the way. Get on my email list, and as soon as it's available, you'll be the first one to know. That list is in the description. You know, all that crap you put in the description below. I'm really tired, so if I seem a little short or quick or whatever, I'm a little whoop. We had a vacation. The vacation was, you know, you come back from vacation, you got a pile of stuff that deep you got to get done, You know, just typical stuff. All right, so the machine's set up to where it articulates in the middle. Okay, that's a real cool feature. You know, it's very difficult and pretty much impossible for you to tear up the turf with an articulating type machine versus a zero turn. You always have that little chance of with a zero turn, when you're turning around, if one tire is stationary while the other one's turning, you'll have that little turnaround mark in it. Can't stand it. Good seasoned operator, they shouldn't have that issue. Big old fat Honda engine on here, and it is electric start. That's pretty cool. If the electric part goes out, you still got your pull rope right there. Neat feature. A good solid parking brake, and he actually told me just kick it up there with your foot and kick it down with your foot. So that's pretty neat. It is a pretty solid parking brake. It locks in right there. It goes all the way over to the other tire, I believe. Yep, right there. 18 gallons. Okay, you've got, I think it's 8.5 on each side. This tube right here, which connects the two tanks, is a gallon. So that's 8.5, 17, 18. Here's your pump, electric pump. And you can see right here, it's just, it's not really a momentary switch. It's an on-off switch. On, off, on. Here's your deflector. You turn that, push that down. Let's see this work. Just like that. Now, please keep in mind, I am not seasoned with this machine. I've had it in my possession for 8 hours, and I haven't even used it yet, other than when he brought it the first time, which I used it for about 30 minutes. So if I booger some of this up, you know why now. Here's all your hydraulics and all that kind of thing. Really clean layout. Stainless steel, no rust. This is really cool right here. See how they've built this back here to where when you get a little excess fertilizer, it just kind of slides right off. It's really not a lot of area for fertilizer to build up. And that's always been a problem with ride-on spreaders, is the fertilizer will want to stick there, and you have to spend so long cleaning it off, and you know, all that crap. The impeller is specific to them. Most of the ride-on spreaders have that same old impeller. This one is considerably bigger, and to hear him talk about it, it's something about so when you're on a side hill slope, the material stays on longer to throw up higher, so your pattern's better on slopes or something like that. You'll have to go to their website and read that. Really interesting right here. This is one of my favorite things about this machine, is look at the size of that hopper. It's massive. You can see right here, it goes all the way to my elbow. Look at that. Really big. I don't know what the weight capacity is on it, how many bags you can put in it. Looking at it, I'm guessing 250 pounds. That's what I'm guessing. Don't hold me to that. I'll know tomorrow when I'm actually using it. I got a boy on vacation and I'm running his route tomorrow, so I will actually use this in the field all day, and maybe I'll give you an update after that. But I won't have the machine because he's coming to get it tomorrow. Here's your 6 holes. Look at this. Isn't that? Here's your 2 dooflachies. What do you call these? You know, your gate, things that open the gates and close the gates, like that. See there? But it's 6 holes. Very unique. The reason for that, see this groove right here that's molded into the hopper? They have a divider that sits down in here, kind of goes in like that. Of course, it's molded up to where it fits down in there, right? So you could technically have one product here, one product here, and you know, I don't know, you pick the situation. You know, you might have a, I don't know, a lime and a fertilizer, I don't know, insecticide, fertilizer, whatever, and you may just want to have 2 products, mix them while you're spreading, so you can open both holes up at one time, or you can spread the yard and empty this one out, and then close it and open and spread this one out so you don't have to go back to the truck. You pick the situation. I don't know, there's so many different situations, but we typically we don't use granular products that way. We don't throw two of them in the hopper. We'll do one, run it out, do the other. But the option is there. Comes standard on it. I think, don't hold me to that, I think you get that thing standard, not sure. The impeller is hydraulically controlled, so you can dial up your speed or dial down the speed depending on how wide you want to spray. I think you saw that. That's the pressure gauge for the sprayer. Tachometer, he recommended to me running around 2,800 to 3,000 RPMs roughly, and the tank and all at that RPM. Full speed is calibrated around 1/4 per 1,000. Obviously I'm going to calibrate it, pinpoint calibrate it in the morning before I take it out. Of course, here's your control. You pull this lever forward to go forward, and you just push it to go backwards. So everything's right there at your fingers, real nice and neat. It's a really good looking machine. Tight, real compact, small. Now, this, oh, here's your pressure regulator for your sprayer. Dial up and down your pressure. I think their claim to fame is the size of the machine versus the hopper. You know, you have, typically you see these big hoppers like this on a bigger machine, but in this case you have a small frame machine that's really stout. I mean, this thing is like really built well. Small machine, big hopper, and you've got the power to pull it. This is a massive GX390, really big motor. It's got its own, I think that's the charging system to it. I think that's what he told me. But just to the eye, knowing what I know about sprayer spreaders, and having, I don't know how many of them we've had, but it's been a lot. Just first opinion of it, I really like it. Really good, solid machine. Now, my favorite feature on this machine is right here. You see that right there? That is my favorite feature on the machine. Left hand, you got your sprayer, and right hand, you have my favorite feature. I want you to listen. Oh, I'm telling you, that's so freaking cool. Applicators watching this, I know you've been there. I know you've done it, because I've done it 100 times. You're in your sprayer spreader, and you got a little bit of material up here, maybe a little bit of material up here, and it's kind of angled up along this edge right here. It may be built up right in here a little bit, and you're right at the last pass, and you're trying to get that last little bit out, and you shake that thing like that, or if you're on the zero turn, you wiggle your handles back and try to jiggle the front end a little bit and make that product get down in there. Well, now I just hit the button. Hey, I got an idea. Watch this. Watch this right here. Put just a little bit in there. That's that 818 XGRE, and we'll call that extra green. Now watch this material right here. Oh, and one thing about this, it's a super fine SGN. It's called a micro prill. It's kind of like a greens grade fertilizer. So the prills are super, super tiny. Watch it. That's so freaking cool, dude. Watch this. So no more shaky, right? When you get down and you kind of peek over the hood there and look down in here, and you got a little bit and it won't come off the side, you just give it a little love tap and there it goes. Look, you folks that get your Green County in a 5-gallon pail, take your drill and a drill bit, come back here opposite side of the pour spout, just put your little hole in it. That way it'll breathe a little bit. It'll pour much easier. Look at how easy that poured right there. So I've done my math, and on 60,000 square feet, I'm gonna put about 3 gallons of this microgreen on there. That'll be 1.5 pints of the adjuvant. Now, this is the first time I've put something in the tank. Look at that. That's a little tiny cap right there. Little hole to hit, right? The way the tank is designed, it doesn't look like the hole can be much bigger. So if we go this route, I'll probably end up getting a funnel, and that way I can just stick a funnel on here and pour it in, and it'll make it easier. I don't like spilling stuff all over my machines. I like keeping my stuff clean. So right here's number 2. See there, I just got a little bit on the tank. It definitely needs a funnel or something to make this opening bigger. Mr. TurfWare or Miss TurfWare, maybe you could make a funnel to come with the machine that at the bottom of it has threads on it, and you can spin it on right quick to where it necks up a little bit to make the opening bigger, to help folks that pour their stuff in with a measuring cup or something like that. The smaller bottles of chemical, like maybe or the smaller measuring cups, is not going to be an issue. But when you got a full gallon of something and you're trying to get it over in the tank, you want a bigger hole. Now the 2 tanks do bleed into each other because this side over here is already turning black. So they do mix up, and then once you start agitating and running the machine, it's going to circulate it all anyway. I probably got this too full. Whoop, good shot. Alright, so I've got that almost to the top. I've left just enough room for 1.5 pints of adjuvant. So I'm going to check my pH and see what's up. I love spraying microgreen, especially with the adjuvant. 4.96. I ain't got to touch it, just put my sticky in there and I'm good. Now typically when we're out in the field and my crews are spraying, we would have a pre-mixed solution on the spray trucks, and we would use the big, the big Kappa 43 pumps and all of that to actually agitate the material so it would stay mixed up well. And then we have a way to fill it. We just take a hose and fill it up and go on, and we calibrate it, the mixture in the 500-gallon tank according to the calibration we have set on this machine, so that all we have to do is pump it off the truck, put it in here and go. This is foliar feeding at its finest, in my opinion. A good little hit of micronutrients with a high-powered surfactant adjuvant, and I don't have to water it in, and I'll get I'm not going to get much of a color pop because you see it's about as green as it's going to get. My yard ain't never been this green before. I've been here 8 years. This is the greenest it's ever been. We'll talk about that in another video because there's a reason for that. This thing's pretty neat. This is the one they brought from New York for us to try out. It's super comfortable. I mean, it's like really, really comfortable. Easy on your legs. I mean, you can drive it with one hand. You can steer it with one hand. I guess you could text and spray, right?
Not a good idea.
That's right.
Safety first.
Safety first. Boom, boom.
I don't know if that's ready. I'm just gonna try it. I don't know if it's ready. I'm just gonna try it.
It could probably go a little bit.
If it looks good, I'm gonna come get some more.
Yeah. Boom. So first thoughts of the...
What? Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
It's very hard to do this when you stand right there.
You want me to go away?
No. First thoughts in the machine, it's super comfortable. I mean, kind of like riding a old pickup truck versus riding a Cadillac. It's very smooth, very comfortable. Like I was telling Tammy, you can turn it when it's running and you have forward motion. You can spin it around with one hand, zero issues. You can pull this back with one finger. I can drive it with one finger if I want to. That way I can have a good grip on the control, and then I can actually push it with one finger too. So the controls on it, driving it super smooth. I don't have any big heels and hollers over here to go up and down, but I think that's what it claims to fame is the heels and stuff. Looking at the tank, I just sprayed 17,000 square feet, and eyeballing it, I think I'm right on track with the calibration. That's just going off what they told me it's set from the factory. I haven't even calibrated it. Calibrate your equipment always. And of course I'll calibrate this in the morning before I take it out and do it on customers' yards. So I'm gonna go spread the fertilizer and I'll be right back.
Good dog.
Hey, so sorry for the lighting. Again, this is real world testing right here. I work for a living all day, every day, except Sunday, and try to not work Saturday too. But so first impressions on the machine is it handles like a champion. That's by far the most impressive thing to me. Super easy to steer. All the controls are super easy to get to. The only thing I had an issue with is when I do my hand placement on the bars, I wasn't paying attention, put my hand up here too far close to the button, the spray button, and I accidentally turned the spray button on and had to cut it back off. But that's operator error. If I keep my hands down here, it's out of the way. And man, I got down to my last little bit of 818 and gave it a little love tap, and man, I'm telling you what, it just flowed out like nothing, man. I really like that feature. I just wanted to show it to you so you can see it. They're relatively new to the market. Maybe they'll sell some machines off this, I don't know. And again, these boys don't pay me a dime. I don't want their money. I just wanted to show their machine and more so demo it for myself, let some employees operate it, so we can figure out which brand we want to buy this next go round. And I got one more machine. You know them very well, and I'll do the video on that probably tomorrow and show you all the ins and outs of that machine. And hopefully this helps somebody, helps a company that you're trying to figure out what you want to get. You don't know where to start. Well, you can check these guys out. It's TurfWare, T-U-R-F-W-A-R-E, and I don't know the website off the top of my head. Just Google search it and do TurfWare spreader, and boom, there you go. I like it. I'm gonna use it all day tomorrow. It's a cool machine. I like it. So I'll leave it at that, and I'll check you later. Equipment manufacturers, be sure to check it out. And this is kind of what I'll do, just everyday Joe like myself who uses this stuff, and I'm very accustomed to running equipment. I've had all types, and I have all types, and I just want to show it to the public, show it to the people who might want to buy it. So go fill out that form, the email list for the 818s in down there, and I'm gonna go eat my daggone supper. Check you later. So real quick, the factory set calibration. This is why I tell you to always calibrate anything you buy that has a pump and a spray system on it. You calibrate it. Make sure you're putting the right amount of product on the right square footage. All right, I just treated 60,000 square feet, roughly 1.5 acres. Let's divide that by 4 quarts in a gallon. So when you get that, that means 15 gallons. I should have used 15 gallons over 60,000 square feet. I've got an 18-gallon tank. There's 4 gallons left, so that's 14 gallons I use, so it's only a gallon off. So that's just a minor adjustment of the speed. I can't change the pressure on the pump. I can't change the width it sprays, but I can change my speed and dial it down or up just a little bit to make it just perfect. I'll do that in the morning before I take off and spray clients' yards with it. And again, if you want any of the technical stuff on this, I don't get real technical with things. If you didn't notice, you go to their website and you look at it, or you call their phone number and you ask them. Don't ask me, because I have no clue. I just want to eat.